Welcome to Spartans TV, everybody. Today we have a packed show. I'm taking these headphones off because they are crazy annoying. John Nelms in police uniform has just turned up.
John.
You can come and sit with us and be on the live stream if you like.
Come and talk to us about some ultra running.
We are streaming live, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we have a packed show today, including Spartans Shoutouts is what we're going to kick off with in a second. And then we're going to move on to the Fairlands Valley Challenge with my special guest, Tim Robinson, who you can't see at the minute because I'm showing you the agenda. Then we're going to talk about track training. Nikki's hopefully going to be joining us for that section. And then we're going to move into tips and tricks. We're going to come up with some fabulous tips and tricks, I can't speak, and some Q&A hopefully. So if you are watching, please, it's really, really important that you drop us some questions, some comments, so we can respond to those in the Q&A. Perhaps we can think about making some proper content based on your questions in the future as well. So that's the agenda for today. So what do you think about that, Tim? You happy with that agenda?
That sounds good
Tips
to me.
and tricks section, actually, last week I talked about, well not last week, last time I streamed for Spartans TV, I talked about running shoes and gait analysis and stuff. So I was thinking this week it makes sense to talk about clothing. So if you've got any tips and tricks on clothing, obviously we're coming into spring, well we're in spring, but we're coming into summer soon, so it's quite a simple subject. But if we can talk about winter as well, and nighttime running. Tips and tricks for people, that's what we'll probably talk about in a bit. I've also got a fabulous washing tip for you. You need to stay tuned for that. So, jumping back in here, let's get on with the Spartan Shoutouts. And Tim, please feel free to join in with any additional commentary about what we're seeing here. So, this is a picture of, I can see Sharon, I can't see, I don't recognise the names of any of those other people. Who are these other fabulous Spartans?
There's Nick Leanthus there.
Ah, it's Nick, yeah.
And this is the cross country, is it? The vets cross
country veterans at the Hearts Veteran Cross Country Championships. A mouthful. So again, in the comments, let us know if you recognise any of these people, how they did, how they got on. We just wanted to give a nice round of applause and well done to everybody that got out at the Hearts Veteran Cross County Championships. I didn't get any backstory on whether they won age groups or anything like that, but I'm sure they had a fabulous time running around in the mud. The next Spartan shout out we wanted to call out is the fantastic Abby Pez, who is now destroying her mother, isn't she, regularly too?
Yeah, very, very quick. New young runners coming into the club.
Awesome. And Abby was at the Lee Valley Half Marathon, and she won the 20 age category in a time of 1 minute and 44. She's 1 minute off my best ever PB, but I'm old now, so that doesn't matter.
Plenty of potential coming along there.
I'm just going to set up something really quickly. Yeah, carry on talking, Tim.
Yeah, so I think she's been with the club since 2019 and started off running some 10Ks with the midweek leagues until lockdown. Regularly attends Tuesday night sessions with us. Brilliant. Yeah.
So I'll put us on picture-in-picture now so you can see us in the corner of what's going on the screen as well. Next we've got Nicola and Stephanie in that big picture there. They're actually behind us somewhere on the track. I've seen both of them this morning, but this is also at the Lee Valley, so there's pictures there of Abby again as well. Yeah. And there was a 10K. I'm guessing the yellow numbers on these pictures were 10K participants and the white numbers potentially half marathon, but a fantastic Spartan turnout in the Lee Valley. Were you there, Tim? You weren't at that one, though?
No, that's me in the bottom there. I did a 10-mile race in around the velodrome cycle track, which was quite an interesting day out. They do it's a run-through event, and they do series of distances. They do a 13-mile, a 10-mile, a 10K, 5K, and a 1 mile fun run, and it's 1 mile laps around the track.
Recommend it?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Well organised. You just turn up, pick your number up, and run. It's very good.
So you weren't actually at Lee Valley?
No. It's
just bundled you in there.
It was done. I think it was the day before. Yeah.
But well done, everyone that was at Lee Valley.
So Stephanie here is just doing her coaching qualifications.
Ah, she is. Yes.
So that's the lady. Is that 132? Is it?
Yeah.
On the right in the big picture.
Are you off, John? See you in a bit.
She comes down to track a lot. She does a lot of throwing.
Yeah, she's here today, so we might get her on camera doing some throwing in a bit. Hopefully Nikki's going to talk about EMAC as well, which is the Masters Athletics competition that Fairlands put a team into as well. And Stephanie is one of those people.
Yeah. So all the people there in the podium did sub 145s.
Did they?
At the half marathons.
Oh, amazing.
Very quick.
Right, this next one, big shout out. Park Run is massive, obviously, in the running community. It's massive for Spartans. Our local Stevenage Park Run. I think it's once a month, is it? You do the organise a stripy Saturday, so everyone's encouraged to wear their Spartans kit to represent the club and promote the club locally. And this past week, or whenever it was, this might have been a couple of weeks ago, Roger did his 100th Park Run. Roger is a famous member of the Spartans, isn't he?
Everybody knows Roger.
Everywhere you go around the country, someone will come up to you if you're in your stripes and say, "Do you know Roger Biggs?" He's a member of the 100 Marathon Club as well, isn't he? He's done.
Yeah, he's just. I think he's just short of 1,000 marathons. I think he's got about 996 or something like that. There's some huge numbers of marathons.
Is there a 1,000 Marathon Club?
I don't think so. No.
You get to the 100 and then he's always at 1,000. That's insane. So well done, Roger, and well done all the Spartans representing at Park Run a few weeks ago. Looks like a nice day actually as well, like today. So this is Chloe Chapman, and we've got a bunch of people coming up at Manchester Marathon actually, and she was at Manchester Marathon. She did a PB in 4:43. Her previous PB was 5:22. Now I'm really feeling this story because the only marathon I've ever done was London in 2018. All the excuses are it's too hot and I didn't train very well, and I did 5:25. So I need to get out and do something like Chloe has here and get under that 5-hour mark and do a marathon. So I'm really pleased to see someone doing that. Have you got any commentary on that one? Have you ever done Manchester?
I've not done Manchester, no.
At Manchester, we have Matt and Fiona Clark. They were also at Manchester Marathon. Matt also got a PB, 3 hours and 45 minutes. Fiona was 6 minutes off her last Manchester time. I took that from the commentary I got that she was 6 minutes off hitting her last time, not that she was 6 minutes under it. I might be wrong, so if anyone knows, drop a comment and let us know.
Oh, yes.
It said 6 minutes off, so that could be she took 6 minutes off her previous time.
Could be.
Or she was 6 minutes away from her previous.
Be.
I thought it was 6 minutes.
But still
away.
pretty quick, sub 5 hours
yeah.
is handy.
It's an amazing time, yeah. Well done, Matt and Fiona. Then we had Stuart Archer, who was also at Manchester Marathon. He took a full 2 minutes off his PB to do 3:04. Now at that level, every minute's hard work, isn't it?
He's very close to 3 hours, isn't he? He's definitely got that in the tank somewhere.
Yeah, to take 2 minutes off at that kind of level, like 3:06, that's hard work. I just can't imagine it, to be honest. I'm a 5-hour marathoner. Next up we have Wendy Thrani. She did a marathon double. So her first week was Manchester Marathon, and then a week later she did the Brighton Marathon. And the commentary I got on this, actually I didn't have enough room to fit it in without us knocking it off, was she deserves a rest till Christmas, is what Vicky Archer said when she said this to me. But yeah, well done, Wendy.
She's another big marathon runner. She's done some torturous ones along the south coast, the Jurassic Path ones, some real big runs there. Very, very good runner.
Awesome. Well done, Wendy. Then we have Luke Gurney, Essex Half Marathon. That's one done by the active training guys and girls, isn't it? And he took 12 minutes off his PB to come in at 1:44. That's amazing. Yeah. That 1:45 is always a nice target for people.
That's a good one, yeah.
Yeah, so take a full 12 minutes off. And it looks like Active Training World have introduced the Bell of Glory at their races. So they're encouraging people to go over and ring the Bell of Glory.
That's like a park run thing, isn't it? I think they do.
Oh, they do park runs.
A lot of park runs do that, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Ring the bell.
I haven't been running for a long time. I probably told you last episode. Well done, Luke. Next, we were going to talk to you about the Fairlands Valley Challenge.
Okay.
So you can address this camera, and I'm actually going to go and titivate with that camera while you're talking about the challenge.
Oh, great. Okay, leave me on my own.
I'll come back. I'm just going to titivate quickly. You're race director for the challenge, right?
Yeah.
How many years you done it now?
I don't know, but for 5 years, I suppose.
As race director?
Well, I think I've done 3 years as race director.
3 years
5
as race
years,
director, which is a
helping,
massive thing to do, helping out the club. It's one of only 2 events that we do for the public. Obviously, the Stevenage Half Marathon and the challenge. So they're big commitments because you've got to get all of the people to come and help you run the event. You've obviously got to run the event. You've got to sell tickets and everything, haven't you?
Yeah.
But this is your chance to give people an overview of the challenge. Tell us what it's about. Tell us where they can get tickets, all that stuff. I'll be back in a second.
Right. So the Fairlands Valley Challenge is an off-road race or walk. You can run it or you can walk it. It starts at Marriott's school, and goes out to the villages around Watnett Stone, Chatmore End, Stapleford, Chewin, Datchworth, and usually have about 300 to 400 competitors. You get a nice medal at the end. It's self-guided, so you can download off the website. You can download the instructions, which are written in plain English. They'll say things like turn left at the next road junction, follow the footpath across the field to the trees and things like that. It's quite straightforward to follow. We've not really got many people lost. They sometimes get a little bit misplaced, but you usually find their way back. Yeah, it's £20 to enter, so it's nice and cheap. We've got plenty of aid stations. There's 4 or 5 aid stations around which have water and cakes and sweets and goodies like that. There's four distances normally, which is 50k, marathon, 18 mile and 13 mile, and this year we're introducing a 10k for those people who want to have a crack at just seeing what it's like. There'll be an aid station full of cakes and sweets and things like that, and water. Hopefully you'll be doing that in about, under 2 hours, I would have thought. If you're thinking of having a go, just add a few minutes on, because it will take longer than a normal
a few minutes.
A normal half marathon. All the routes are fully checked out by volunteers beforehand, and we go out chopping down bits of trees, and it is definitely off road. It's not. There's bits of it that are road, but a lot of it is going to be across fields and through woods. It's very picturesque, lovely area. It's great, great atmosphere. Really, it's not too competitive. The idea is a bit of fun, really, more than a race.
It's a challenge, isn't it, for yourself to navigate and get around it?
Yeah.
I've done it once. I volunteered for a couple of years with you, helping. Well, before you were race director, I think.
Yeah.
I helped out at the start-finish area. At the time I did it, though, I think we did a half marathon that year, actually, but I ended up doing 18 miles.
Yeah.
So it is an honest warning. The instructions are really, really good. I've seen Tim's instructions. They get better every year. And as long as you follow those instructions, you're fine.
Yeah.
I'd say, yeah. Things can happen, though, because it's out of your control. It's a huge countryside to manage, isn't it, leading up to it?
We've additionally introduced GPX files, so you can download them off the website, and if you've got a watch or a phone, you can load them into them, and you get a bit more of an easier ride round.
Yeah. It's always glorious weather as well, isn't it?
It has been, touch wood, he says, with the plastic table.
Fake wood.
Yeah. I've not been involved with it and had a bad year, but I mean, I've only been around for sort of 6 or 7 years, so it's always.
So it's a great event, and your tickets are. Where can you get tickets?
You can get them on the website. Hopefully, we'll put a link in here. fvchallenge.org.uk.
Fairlands Valley FV. Challenge.org.uk. So it's got its own dedicated website.
Yeah.
So you can find out more about it.
Get in
contact with Tim, ask questions, anything like that.
There's loads of stuff on Facebook. You can find it on Facebook.
Yeah. Awesome. So that's in July.
July the 17th.
July the 17th.
Yeah.
Get involved. It's really, really good. It is a challenge. Obviously, it's meant to be a challenge. But if you get friends and family doing it with you, what a great day out. Oh, the other thing is like the checkpoints. Does everyone still do like dress up their checkpoints?
Yeah. Oh yes. Yeah.
There'll
be fancy dress at the checkpoints, and we've had quite a few years of people. We had one year of everyone was dressed as fairies, and it was in the Spartan colours.
So everyone really, all the volunteers get really into it and make it just a fabulous event for you. There's famous food. Does Sharon still do the bread pudding and stuff?
Yeah, well, hopefully we'll see a return of bread pudding this year. Last year it was deemed to be a little bit, with the old restrictions and everything.
Oh, of course, yeah.
It was a little bit difficult to package it up and how you, but yeah, hopefully we'll be getting that back. And last year Nick Calanthus introduced the free ice lollies at Datchworth, so he had his own.
Lovely.
He took a freezer along and
filled
it with ice pops and drinks and things like that. So yeah, it was
is
most
a great
welcome.
idea.
It was
That is a really welcome.
Maybe we'll see if we can put that in some other checkpoints as well.
Quickly then, because you've talked about the challenge, we were going to be joined by Andy Pryor today, who's race director for third year in a row, I think, for the Stevenage Half Marathon, which is based here. The start finish is based here at Ridlins Athletics Track, which is wicked. Have you got anything you were going to say about that, Tim? You did mention.
No, I mean I've done that 10 times. I'll keep coming back to it. It's a nice local race. It's well organised. It starts here, so it's nice and easy to get to. They set up buses from the train station, I believe, or from the showground. You can park at the showground and they bring you down here on a bus. It's two laps. It goes up lovely through the showground and through past the lakes. That's a nice bit of the route. I mean, Stevenage has got a bit of a bad rap for being cycle paths and things, but most of it is.
That's the thing I like about it, though. I think I lived in Stevenage for years. I grew up as a kid from 11 years old, and the cycle paths and the route of the Stevenage Half Marathon through Fairlands Valley Spartans is actually, I think, really, really nice. You're not having to run across road closures and worry about cars and other people in the way. Obviously, you get people using the cycle paths, dog walkers and cyclists, etc., but it's never that bad. And the marshals are amazing. There's about 2 road crosses, isn't there, in total?
Minor junctions.
2 or 3 maximum. And Fairlands Valley Lakes is a beautiful place. It really is. So yeah, you're right. It gets a bad rep. Stevenage. You say Stevenage to people, and people just go, "Oh, Stevenage." It's that kind of thing, isn't it? I don't think anyone thinks it's a terrible place, but it's certainly not a place that people would think is amazing. But it should be, because the half marathon is really, really good. And it's reasonably flat.
It is undulating. As races go. Yeah. There's not many that are flat, are there?
No, so it's not too bad. Kind of PB potential course as well. So yeah, definitely go. And I love races that start and finish on a track as well. It just gives you that sense of being at a running event. It's a
Ridlins Stadium finish, so you can bring your family. They can sit here and watch the finish.
Last time there was an amazing guy doing a live stream on a bike, I heard as well.
Yeah.
So they could be sitting here. They could be sitting here waiting for you out on course and watching
and see what's going on. Yeah.
I'm not promising we're going to do that again this year, but we might if I'm available.
Some refinements.
With some refinements. Smaller camera. Not a massive contraption on a bike where bits get falling off. But we definitely have music. The guy that does the music is also amazing. I do that too. So there's music and there's food, and it all goes for charity as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, big fundraiser.
Big fundraiser for the club. We're not for profit club, so it all goes to charity and various people that help contribute to the event. So
and it's a Herts County. Is it seniors or is it vets?
It was last year, so it may well be again this year.
It's one of the Hertfordshire
qualifier,
county races. So I'm
Yeah.
sure Andy could explain more about what exactly that is. But
Andy was due to be here, but unfortunately he couldn't. He runs his own business, and I'm exactly the same. I run my own business, so I wouldn't have been here if I had the opportunity to take a booking. So do not blame him for that at all, and we'll get Andy on another point in time. It's not until November, is it, the Stevenage Half Marathon?
No.
Early birds just finished, unfortunately. But you can still buy tickets. We'll get Andy on to talk about it.
I think he's probably doing lots of little deals, so keep your eye out throughout the year
there might be some
discounted races. But
awesome.
I think we're going to do something with a joint entry. If you enter both of the Stevenage Half and the Challenge as well, we get some sort of discount.
Okay.
So
you're thinking that way. You haven't decided yet?
We're not surely exactly what.
Come on, I want to push you on this now.
Yeah.
How much am I getting off if I do both? So the next thing we were going to talk about was the track, but Nikki isn't here yet. Are you coming?
Shall I let her come sit here?
She can. There's a chair there. You can stay with us because I think here we go. Just move
Have a bit of a chat.
We'll get Nikki on the end there, off to the edge, which is a good thing. Let's put a microphone on Nikki as well. And I'll just check your audio. The good news, Nikki, is no one's actually watching us live.
Oh, brilliant. That's nice.
Which I thought might be the case. So this will be an edited version that goes out afterwards.
Awesome.
We had some technicals actually with... Is that one? Yeah.
Struggling to get signal underneath the...
I don't know how Nick to pick it up.
Facebook decided to be weird. But YouTube's live, so people can watch it on YouTube. But there's no one is yet, so don't worry. There's no pressure. So we're just having a chat. So this is Nikki Wilby. Introduce yourself, Nikki. With that camera
where
up
am I
there, by the
looking
way.
over there?
Yeah.
Nikki will be. I've been at the club for, I don't know how many years, 20 years?
20
no,
years.
not 20, 15 years. I'm a jumps coach. Yeah.
You've got other qualifications, have you, as run coach?
Yeah, it covers everything, but my specialism's in jumps, so
okay.
pole vault. So, yeah.
Cool. Just checking I can hear you well. I think we can.
Yeah.
So you are often found at the track, right?
Yeah.
Is that correct?
I am now, yeah.
Yeah. And do you take sessions at the track?
Yeah,
as well?
so once a month we do jumps, and then once a month there's the throws, and we kind of alternate. So there's the running every week, and then jumps and throws once a month.
And that's for club members, or is it for anybody at all?
Yeah, it's for club members. I think other people can come along and pay to use it, like North Huts Road Runners do, but yeah.
Oh, brilliant. So
I
I think I mentioned this on the last stream, that when it's not just a running club, you can come down to this amazing facility and meet coaches like Nikki who've got amazing qualifications in jumping, etc., and have a go at other things, like things you probably haven't done since school sports day, maybe, most of us. So, and the reason for that is that does that lead into EMAC? Is that the main reason?
So the main thing is for EMAC, but it's also just for doing something a bit different. So some people just come and join in. So in the winter we've been doing strength and conditioning. We haven't actually been doing any jumping. So we've been doing lots of hurdles drills, loads of plyos. We've been doing kind of circuits on the bed. You just saw we do some stairs work. We do medicine ball. So it's just all general fitness stuff that would help for anyone, really. So
really strengthen you as a runner as well.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm going to come back to why I train at the track, because we're covering a bit, but EMAC, because we've just mentioned it, people might not have a clue what that stands for, what it is. What is EMAC?
So it's basically, no, I won't say what I was going to say. It's for over 35s to do track.
You can say old people.
I was going to say it's athletics for old people. Yeah, so anyone over 35, it's basically track and field like you would have done at school, but for over 35. So it's really competitive. It's really, really fun. You don't do every event every week, so you have to kind of be a jack of all trades to do it. But it's really good fun, really competitive, and the ladies won the league last year, so yeah. Is that
the second time they won recently?
We won before the pandemic.
And they came a point off once as well, didn't they?
Yeah, we were always up there, but yeah, we won this year, so well done everyone.
Yeah. And although you say it's really competitive, I know I probably shouldn't say this, but sometimes it's just about having enough people to cover all
definitely.
the
It's more of a
disciplines,
team competition when I say it's really competitive. So it's more of a trying to get everyone to fill all the events and get as many points as you can. It's not kind of competitive in the way that you have to be amazing at your event. You just have to be a jack of all trades, willing to pitch in and
literally,
like
you get points, don't you, for someone being able to like throw a javelin and get it to land within.
In the final I just did a stand-in triple jump because my legs were dead after about 5 events and got quite a lot of points for it, so you don't have to be amazing.
So I think that's one of the things, especially newer members of the club that maybe haven't come to track, haven't done other things, they think things like the 10k midweek league, the cross country league, EMAC, they all sound very scary. You need to be amazing, and you don't at all.
No.
And it's the big emphasis is on fun, isn't it?
The
definitely. Community and having fun and trying out these different
brings
things.
alcohol and chocolate.
Oh, there you go.
The caffeine.
We should have led with that.
Yeah.
Alcohol and chocolate, there you go. That's also, I did it, like you say, being a jack of all trades, I did it one season. I think I might have done it 1.5 seasons-ish. And there was one time I turned up and Sharon was there and she's like, we need someone to do the 1k walk on the track. And I'd never done like the walk before, and I got 2 warnings for like going too fast.
Walking's probably the hardest.
It's hard work. Yeah, my shins were killing me the next day.
Next time do pole vault, that's easier.
Oh yeah, it sounds it. Do you usually track train, Tim?
I do, yeah. Well, I have been. I've made it a bit of a resolution for the sort of since April to come up and make sure I do a Saturday morning track.
Yeah.
I've
what
not come
do you see
today.
as the main benefit of adding track into your schedule?
Well, the drills are really helpful. I mean, the idea of the drill is that it drills into your mind what you should be doing with your legs, what you should be doing with your arms, and then when you get tired in a race and it sort of just comes all back, and you can focus on that kind of thing. And if you've got that in your head, you can pull yourself out some dark places.
Yeah, no, that is a really good shout. The drill thing is a good thing. Yeah, you're a half marathon, that last mile. If you just take your mind away from the pain and think about what should I do with my arms, and you learn all of that at the track, definitely that is a good shout.
And just have it just just knowing what to do with your body will make you faster.
Improve your posture for the last mile and take away some pain and all that.
It gives you a chance to actually focus on your running as well, because when you're on the road, you've got to look out for things to trip over, like bumping into people. You've got your own lane here, like there's nothing that you're going to trip over, so you can really focus on your running and not anything else.
It's flat.
I was thinking, because you're going around the track as well, the coaches see you more often than if they go out on a session in the week. Like, say, there's other things for the coach to be worrying about in the week, like other obstacles. Making sure everyone's safe is the main priority when you take people out in the week. But on the track, the coach can stand and they can see you and they notice your running form, like, every time you go past. So they start giving you tips and tricks.
It's a lot more instructive than running around the cycle paths.
So yes, get involved, Spartans. If you've never been to a track session, I don't know, we haven't got anyone behind us now. I don't know if I can change angle.
I think they're finished now,
yeah,
haven't they?
Just finished the session. They're over there. Let's just spin that. I don't know if you'll see. There's all kinds of different runners, ages, abilities, etc., come to the track. It's not something to be fearful of in any way, shape, or form. It will improve your running. You'll have a lot of fun. These guys always, have a lot of fun at the track as well. Yeah. Anything else to add to that?
No, that's Kelvin down the end here. He's a fairly new member, and he's dropped his 5k time from, I think it was around about 40 minutes down to sub 20. And he comes to the track every week. Yeah, he's
when I was going for my 13 half marathons in a year, and I did my PB half marathon, I made sure I did the track every week as well. I think one of the things a lot of people, if they're going for a particular event like a half marathon or a marathon, you get a training plan, and people go, well, my training plan doesn't fit in with the club sessions, but you can be flexible with your plan. You don't have to stick to exactly what your plan tells you. Like, if you've got a speed session in there, look at what the track session is on Saturday. Your plan might say you need to do a speed session on Tuesday because that's what your coach has told you to do. But you can swap it about, can't you? And come and incorporate the speed into the track.
You can adapt the track sessions as well. So if you're training for something longer distance, then you can do the effort slower but have less of a recovery. And then if you're training for something fast, then just do the efforts really fast and have a longer recovery. You just tell the coach and day and they'll be fine with it.
Yeah, so you can do a bespoke plan on the track with the support of your club members, with the support of some coaches. There's always more than one coach here as well. We've got Pete. Come and say hello, Pete. Yeah,
I'll give Pete the microphone. There you go, Pete.
Pete's here, Brian's here, our head coach today, Nikki's here.
You don't need to do the track session.
Thank you, Nikki. You're running away. She's camera shy.
Pete and Nikki don't do the club session. They'll come along, they'll do the drills, and then once they've finished the drill part, which is the important part, they'll then go and do their own thing. Well, Pete does his own thing anyway, but
that's what we were just saying. Like, people, we think, it's an assumption that a lot of members don't come to the track because they think I've got to do a certain thing in my plan this week, and the track doesn't fit. But you can tailor the track when you come here to make it fit your plan.
I'm on a marathon schedule now. I've got a week to go to the Dorney Lake Marathon. So today I've just come along, done some drills with Nikki, because we tend to do those all the time. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Tend to do those all the time when we're down here, and then a few strides, some hurdle drills, and then I've just done my own session. And today I was planning on doing mile reps at race pace, but ended up doing a 5k faster than race pace. So you can do what you like here.
Very easy to adapt.
You don't have to do the tracks, the session. You can come along and do, little 50-metre sprints if you like, or whatever you want to do, or run a 10k. I've run a 10k down here by myself, and the midweek league in lockdown, I decided to do it here. Very boring doing 10k on a track, got to say by yourself. But
well, John Nelms was here earlier, and he did 100 miles on the track.
Yeah.
But no, that's great. And Pete, just tell everyone what your qualifications are as a coach.
So I joined the club basically in about 2008, and quickly decided that I'd quite like to get into the leading coaching side to help out. So I did the leader in running fitness quite quickly, and then I just enjoyed that aspect of it. So I did the coaching running fitness course, passed that, and since then I've done a couple of add-ons, something called AthleFit, which it's never really taken off, but that was just doing the fundamentals of throws, jumps, and runs, just those fundamentals. And since then I've done the endurance coach add-on as well. So I'm qualified endurance coach as well. So that's basically my qualifications. But
are you a leader in running fitness?
I can lead people around.
We're both leaders, so the entry level to taking people out on a session.
Make sure they don't fall over and hurt themselves, basically.
yeah.
And it's great. I mean, this is the great thing about the club, or any this goes out to the public as well. So not just about Spartans. Any club will have coaches from leaders all the way through to really, really experienced people like Pete. They like to try different things and help you with plans. It's not necessarily when you're in a club you're going to get a bespoke individual coaching plan, but you can certainly get loads and loads of advice and help with your plan, can't you? And that's the point, I think.
Are you assistant head coach, are you?
Yes.
No, it's just this year as well.
Yeah. Just carry on. I just want to say, track-wise, coming down to the track when I first came down here, my running style wasn't brilliant. I was a heel striker. Could tell because your trainers always wore out on the heels, not on the front.
Yep.
But I came down here and started listening to the coaches and then really working on the technique. And since then, my running style's just become completely different. And you then transfer that onto the road, and it's so much easier. Running, you use so less energy, so much less energy, less energy. And if you run properly, and the coaches will help you with that when you come down.
Awesome.
My running style completely changed by coming down to the track.
Yeah, I must say, when I was focusing on training, I haven't trained for a long time, you can tell, I've said this before, and I've put on a bit of weight, etc. But I used to come to the track as well, and it's all about technique, and you mentioned that as well, didn't you, Tim? And like Tim was saying, the technique thing is good even if you're in a long race and you're in those last few miles, and your mind's on the pain, and then you think, let's just start thinking about the things I learned at the track, and it just focuses you again for that last bit of the race. Yeah. So it's a mental assistance as well as improving you physically.
Oh, look at that, stop my Garmin.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. Oh no, sacrilege. Running sacrilege, he has not stopped the Garmin. Oh, that's going to wreck your average for your training session.
Yeah, that's right,
Let's wrap up with some tips and tricks from the leaders and the coaches. Well, when we say coaches, we mean leaders as well, because I keep saying leaders and coaches.
Oh, it's a coaching qualification, regardless of...
There's some people get really dandy about it, don't they? You're not a coach. Whatever. But yeah, so last episode I talked about gait analysis and making sure you've got different shoes and try your shoes on and all that kind of stuff. So I thought this week it would be quite natural to just move on to clothing. It seems like quite a basic thing, and the main thing about running is it's one of those low cost to entry sports. You can just grab some trainers and some clothes out of your wardrobe and go out for a run, and that's the beauty of running. But when you start training regularly, buying the right kit is part of the fun, isn't it? For any hobby, any sport, you want to get the right kit. So I'm just throwing it out there. I haven't told these guys, apart from Tim, about half an hour ago that we're going to say this. Have you got any advice about what kit you should be wearing, other than shoes? What kit should you do? Layers, that kind of thing, depending on the time of year? Go with you first.
Well, I think a must-have is getting a technical wicking top. Practically 2p each now. They're ridiculously cheap. When I first started running, everyone ran in cotton t-shirts, and they just hold the water. You get cold very quickly. Yeah. So that's the basic, and then a pair of shorts and socks is a real kind of. Everybody will go for different socks. People spend hundreds of pounds on socks, but I go to Sports Direct and buy the cheapest £2 ones. They wear out, and I get new ones. But
I do the same actually. I did see an advert for some socks from England Athletics. When you join Fairlands Valley Spartans, you also become a member of England Athletics, don't you? Because we pay a little bit extra for that, only a couple of quid. And there's some really good socks that are meant to. I was meant to bring it into the stream. They're meant to be blistered. Yeah, Runderwear. That's it. Yeah. And there's a 15% discount code, so I'll drop it in the link when we put the video out.
Socks will probably cost you 20 quid though.
Yeah, they're more expensive.
Well,
they'll blister-proof socks.
Yeah, they'll have no seams on them and that sort of thing.
I think they've got 2 layers as well, so what they're saying is that the layers will rub against each other rather than one layer rubbing on your foot. But
I mean, I'm quite old school. I used to do lots of long distance walking, and in the end, you just have to get your feet tough. It's you can spend whatever you like on socks.
I won't tell you what my brother in the Navy says. You should do to toughen up your feet, but in the shower, do something.
You can soak it.
Holes in your skin.
It doesn't work. That's only short term, and the skin peels off, and it's even worse.
Yeah. Pete, anything from you, clothing wise?
Yeah, well, during the winter I always wear a tight-fitting sub-layer, whether it's long sleeve or short sleeve. Again, it's they're technical pieces of kit and you know, can be quite expensive, but you can pick up cheaper ones. And you know, these wicking tops, I mean, you get nearly every race you enter now, you'll get one of these shirts. I mean, this is quite a good one actually. This is the Ironman World Championships that I was in.
Well done.
Yeah, that's it.
No, I thought I'd wear this t-shirt today just in case I came on camera. But no, any race you enter, you get these t-shirts, and you know they're not the best quality ones, and you can get a lot better, but they do the job.
Better than cotton. Yeah.
Oh, you don't want to wear cotton.
My top tip with these t-shirts, though, and I don't know if you guys know this, I've said it ages ago. When you wash them, don't use fabric softener or conditioner.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, because fabric softener or conditioners, you know, the liquid stuff you put in with your wash, they block the fabric over time, and it builds up over time. Every wash, it builds up, and eventually they won't wick the sweat as they're meant to because you used it. So my top tip that I was going to say today is when I
don't wash your tops.
Yeah, don't wash them. No. As soon as I get home, my washing machine has a 15-minute. You can make it 30-minute cycle, and I just throw my entire kit in straight away as soon as I get home on a 30-degree wash, just with the washing stuff like Persil or whatever you use. Other brands are available, but I don't put any fabric conditioner in. And then get them out to dry as quickly as possible. And these things dry super quick anyway, don't they? They normally come out of the spin almost dry, actually.
Anyway, shorts.
Shorts.
So I wear, these are Lululemon actually, they're very good shorts, but they've got a shorts underneath the shorts.
And in a short.
Tight fitting inner short that is very good for, certainly for men. And ladies don't tend to need it for the same reasons, but
I always go for the tight fitting kind of cycle short under a short, because I've got really fat thighs and I can get rubbage at the top, and those tight fitting shorts help.
And I think a lot of the ladies tend to wear leggings these days and don't go for shorts. So
Body Glide cream. It's like a silicone base.
For the chafing and
it's really good. It's expensive, but if you're doing a marathon, you need something like that.
Vaseline, that works.
Vaseline on the nips.
That's reminded
But
me.
yeah, so I mean, it's layers, isn't it? It's making sure you've got technical kind of clothes, and as Pete says, you can get them free when you do races. Tim says you can get them super cheap in places like Sports Direct. We as a club have 15% off at sportshoes.com. You can get a lot of stuff from there. There's lots of discounts around the club actually. So if you're a newish member and you're not sure, drop a message in the Facebook members group, and someone will tell you where you can get all the discounts from. I think John Sepula is still head of all of that, isn't he?
Yeah. A lot of running shops will, if you mention you're a member of a running club or show your EA card,
they'll give you a discount.
They'll give you a discount anyway.
Yeah. So there's no excuse really not to get the right stuff. But it's a fashion thing as well, isn't it? People want to wear certain brands, certain colours. The one thing I was going to say, nighttime running, it's important to be seen, right? Especially if you're out on the streets. So trying to get something reflective is an important thing as well for nighttime running. But we can talk about this for hours.
Yeah, don't upset Brian on a club session when it's dark by wearing dark clothing.
And there's one of our team captains just went past the camera. Do you want to come and say hello, Mark?
No.
He's coming. That's the face of no. Shut up, James. That's brilliant. Thank you very much for joining us, Pete. It's good to have different faces on this as well. So anyone in the club, if you want to get involved next time I'm doing one, let me know. If you've got a topic you want to talk about, you've got something you want to say, something you think we should be doing, then let us know, let me know, and we can bring you in, or we can just take what you've said and make a show around it, whatever. So yeah.
Right,
Any last words?
Got to go and stretch. So.
Stretchy time. Don't forget to stretch at the end of the session.
Do a chat on stretching one.
Stretching is a good one. We need to we can bring in some videos as well, like get some stretching videos and stuff. Yeah. But yeah, cool. That's a wrap then. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Okay.